Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another one. And today we're going to be reacting to Everyday Struggle from Biggie. This was suggested by Sky Blaze, so thank you, Sky Blaze, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Everyday Struggle is all about. Let's see what Biggie has to say. Let's get it. Interesting. Nice. Before we get into it, great bass line. Love the woodwinds that we got over the top. Maybe flute, maybe something a little different. But great feel to it. Almost kind of like ambient lo-fi vibes at the beginning here, but then that drum smack comes in and you start to realize that's not what we're in for, which I wouldn't expect that from Biggie anyway. So let's see where this goes.
I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle.
Hustle, struggle. I think we're getting juggle in there. Let's bring it back just a little.
Every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. I know how it feels.
Great rhythm coming in there. Nice boom bap-ish type feel. The drums are pretty brash, but they're not super harsh. But great feel to it so far. Nice little like pre-verse, we'll call it for now, but maybe that'll come back and be the hook.
I know how it feel to wake up fucked up, pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell. People look at you like you's the user, selling drugs to all the losers, mad Buddha abuser. But they don't know about your stress-filled day. Baby on the way, mad bills to pay. That's why you drink Tanqueray, so you can reminisce and wish you wasn't living so devilish. Shit, I remember.
Okay, so bringing us a little bit into the life, man. You know, talking about selling rocks, trying to make his way, drinking Tanqueray so you can reminisce and think about the good times and what you want to have and all that. Taking us for a, a little walk in his shoes maybe, or maybe the people he sees around him at least and what they're going through on the everyday.
Bills to pay, that's why you drink Tanqueray, so you can reminisce and wish you wasn't living so devilish. Shit, I remember I was.
And the way Biggie holds his words, reminisce, wish, and then on the whole government's shit, like the way he kind of bounces through certain words and then he'll hold these syllables and bend them slightly and then kind of hop to the next one, then hold that out. A nice bouncy feel comes out of it.
Was just like you, smoking blunts with my crew, flipping over 62s, cause GED wasn't B.I.G. I got P.A.I.D. That's why my mom hate me. She was forced to kick me out, no doubt. Then I figured out niggas went for 20s down south. Packed up my tools for my raw power move. Glock 19 for casket and flower moves.
Ooh, Glock 19, casket and flower moves. Hold up, a lot of reference to death in here as well, which I'm not sure what album this came off of originally. Ready to Die, very fitting. And then obviously Biggie's posthumous album, Life After Death. That theme is woven throughout.
To kick me out, no.
And let me bring it back just a little bit further.
My mom hate me. She was forced to kick me out, no doubt. Then I figured out niggas went for 20s down south. Packed up my tools for my raw power move. Glock 19 for casket and flower moves. For Trump's trying to stop my flow. And what they don't know will show on the autopsy. Went to see Poppy to cop me a brick. Asked for some consignment, he wasn't trying to hear it. Smoking mad.
Topsy, something Poppy went to cop me. We're getting some nice compound rhymes.
The autopsy went to see Poppy to cop me a brick. Asked for some consignment, he wasn't trying to hear it. Smoking mad Newports cause I'm doing court for an assault that I caught in Bridgeport, New York. Catch me if you can, like the
From Newports to Bridgeport, New York. Great way to kind of, just play with the shape of the sound. See what you can fit in there together and then get a little bit of stacking, even if they're not all exactly the same.
court in Bridgeport, New York. Catch me if you can, like the gingerbread man. You better have your cat in hand, cause man, I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. I had the master plan, I'm in the caravan on my way.
Yeah, that hook works great, man. As we just found out, it's not just the pre-verse. Awesome vibe change. Pulls it back just a little bit, but still keeps that same energy. Very consistent with the feel of the rest of the track. And has us ready to hop back in for the next.
Plan, I'm in the caravan on my way to Maryland with my man
Hey.
to take over this project.
Hey, shout out Maryland, man, in the caravan on the way down. Come pay us a visit, dog. Get some crabs, whatever type of crabs you want, either.
With my man to take over this project. They call him he told and when he start the bus, he like to ask who's next. I got my honey on the Amtrak with the crack in the crack of her ass. 2 pounds of hash in the stash. Away from honey.
With the crack in the crack of her ass, with hash 2 pounds in the stash, or whatever he hits there. Just love the way he pulls on those vowels, man. And again, and that's something that I've really noticed after all this time listening to rappers is the vowels are where you can really change the shape of the word. The consonants are pretty static, but when you start going from an I to an I to an E to a to a, or so many different shapes that you can assign to these vowels, and it works super well.
Like to ask who's next. I got my honey on the Amtrak with the crack in the crack of her ass. 2 pounds of hash in the stash. I wait for her to make some quick cash. I told her she could be lieutenant, bitch got gas. At last, I'm literally lounging black, sitting back, counting double-digit thousand stacks. Had to re-up to see what's up with my peeps. Toyota dealer gone, had it cheap on the Jeep. See who got smoked, what rumors were spread. Last I heard I was dead, with 6 to the head. Then I got the phone call, it couldn't hit me harder. We got infiltrated, like at the Carter. Heard Tech got murdered in the town.
Yeah, and his transitions between rhymes are super smooth because we're getting the right inflections. He's giving us, for a whole scheme, he'll kind of end on that upwards inflection so we know he's going into another sentence that's still connected. But then at that end, you hit that downward inflection, then you flip it to a new rhyme, and it feels just like the natural beginning of the next sentence. So it flows perfectly from one to the next.
Infiltrated, like at the Carter. Heard Tech got murdered in the town I never heard about. Some bitch named Alberta over nickel-plated burners. And my bitch sweat.
Heard of Alberta, nickel-plated murders, I think. Which I honestly, I don't fully understand that bar. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments, man.
Named Alberta over nickel-plated burners. And my bitch swear to God she won't snitch. I told her when she hit the bricks, I make the hooker rich. Conspiracy, she'll be home in 3. Until then, I looks out for the whole family. A true G, that's me blowing like a bubble. In the
home at 3, whole family. Again, it's not exact, but we're getting that A out of the at and out of family. The illy at 3, that E sound is matching. Then home, whole, very close sounds. Great design.
That's me blowing like a bubble in the everyday struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug.
Oh, it sounds like we got a little bit of maybe a saxophone or maybe a trumpet, some type of horn instrument that's coming in right here as just a little bit of extra flavor during this hook. Perfect addition, man. Maybe, call it the counter melody or what have you, but it's filling in that space. a little bit of extra, you know, salt and pepper on the steak.
No, I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug jungle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug jungle, another day, another struggle. I'm seeing body after body, and I Mayor Giuliani ain't trying to see no black man turn to John Gotti. My daughter use a potty, so she's older now. Educated street knowledge, I'm a molder now. Trick a little.
Body after body to Giuliani to John Gotti. Great rhymes, man. Killing it. You know, telling us a story still, bringing us through what he's seeing, what his life is like, and those around him. It's the everyday struggle, and you're just gonna keep on living it.
Turn to John Gotti. My daughter use a potty, so she's older now. Educated street knowledge, I'm a molder now. Trick a little dough.
That's cool. My daughter used the potty. She's older now. Educated street now. Hold up. I can't remember that second half there.
My daughter use a potty, so she's older now. Educated street knowledge, I'm a molder now.
Educated street knowledge, I'm a molder now. You know, molding the clay reference there. That's a pretty common figure of speech, but great. Love that. You know, again, relating more parts of his life to the track and his experience.
Educated street knowledge, I'm a molder now. Trick a little dough, buying young girls' fringes, dealing with the dope fiend binges, seeing syringes in the vein. Hard to explain how I maintain the crack smoke, make my brain feel so strange. Breaking days on the set, no sweat, drunk off my wet. Can't bag yet because it's still wet. But when I drive back at 5 at a time, I can clock about 9 on the check cashing line. I had the first and the third, rehearsed, that's my work.
Banging, man. Nice change in the instrumental here, too. Feels like we're getting mostly the drum and a little bit of a pull back on that melody and everything. The rhyme with binges, syringes, and all that. Again, great bounce to it, great pulling of those vowels, you know, stretching these words. I think I said it with Del the Funky Homo Sapien first, but it's almost like a taffy pulling machine. You know, you squish it together and then you bring it back out, and just that constant back and forth is really what leads to that bouncing, bounding energy that you get.
About 9 on the check cashing line. I had the first and the third, rehearsed, that's my word. Thinking the game, D's knew my first name. Should I quit shit? No, even though they had me scared, yo, they got an 8, I got a tech with air holes. And that's just how the shit go in the struggle, motherfucker. Come on. What you say?
Okay.
I don't wanna live no more.
A nice little, like, very small, you could call it a bridge. Feels more so like Biggie just decided, hey, let's let this verse breathe for a second before we get back, and we'll add a little bit of ad-libs and whatnot in there. But some background vocal comes in, gives us a little bit of extra space, and again, brings us smoothly into probably this last hook. And this last hook might be extended, so we'll see.
I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug jungle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug jungle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug jungle, another day, another struggle. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking.
Yeah, we really extending it now. I thought we might be done after that, like, second round. But again, now we're kind of pulling back. Biggie's voice is a little bit more raw. You can definitely hear with the change here how much layering was going on in that first version of the hook that we've gotten used to. And then pulling back on those other instruments as well. Really kind of simplifying everything, breaking it down before we end it all out.
I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. Children mafia, right? Yeah.
also, the bass is just thumping on this track. It's gotta be the kick, but it's got a much rounder and more what's the word? A a longer shape to it than I would anticipate. It feels less percussive and more just like dum. Like it kind of maintains and then dissipates instead of really having that impact. It's got a great feel to it though.
Biggie Smalls.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, that was Everyday Struggle from Biggie. I really enjoyed that. I hope y'all did as well. Thank you again for the suggestions and keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.